Hey everyone, it's Two Pretty D's back again with Pomsetay podcast Sussex.
Hi everyone.
Yes, and this is episode 31.
Yes.
And it came to a point of where, there was different things going on in the world of the Sussexes.
Right.
And it pretty much came down to black and white.
Black and white. Right.
And we'll talk more about what that
means. Yeah.
So, ready to get this off? Kick this off? I know it's been a minute.
Yeah.
We've been, and they probably been like, "What y'all doing?" Well, first off, what we really wanted to start.
It's just defining single white female, and
we talked about this before in episode of what? Oh, goodness,
I don't know what the episode was, but we pretty much covered it before.
Yeah,
about this
a couple times actually.
Exactly. True.
It, probably like in our cosplay episode, I think that was 13.
Right. Exactly.
And then before that, talking about the different layers.
Right. So we want
the reason we're going to bring it back up
is because it applies here, and it's not just a single white female. It's a mentality that goes along with it. It's not just single white females, single white males. It could be any color, any person. It's just the psychology of the individual doing acting in a certain behavior, and whether it's positive, whether it's negative, and what the outcomes are.
Well, it seems to end more negative.
and
then the other thing that we want to correlate that into is this concept of black and white thinking.
Right. And one of the things that we've identified, and we did this podcast before, talking about the firm and how it behaves, and we analyzed a little bit of Prince William's and his whole staff, their behavior. We looked at the firm's behavior, and even the Queen and her staff behavior, and the British people too, because what we've seen is that it's all or nothing for them, and basically it's black or white.
Right.
And this black and white thinking it's a concept that talks about the pattern that makes people think in absolutes.
Right.
So
and it keeps you from seeing life the way it really is.
Right.
It's complex. There's uncertainty. It's always changing.
Exactly.
It's not these extremes.
Right.
Right.
It's sort of like a spectrum.
Yes.
Male to female, anything in between. Those people who think in absolutes, they can't wrap their head around. They can't wrap their head around a female being more masculine, but still a female, or not. Right? Or wanting to appear or dress a certain way, but still be totally female, right? So we are all along the spectrums in our styles, in our behaviors, in our...
Even in genetics.
In our likes and dislikes.
Correct.
And it's the same thing with color, skin color.
Right.
We either black or we either white. But that's not what we have.
That's not
we
the
don't
reality.
have black and white. And the reality is
we're in the spectrum.
We're in the spectrum. Yeah.
Correct.
Because of the ozone, because of the equator, above and below the equator, that there's a wide range of spectrum of people, color, makeup, everything.
So, it doesn't really allow them to find any type of middle ground.
Right.
And it's hard to sustain in those extremes.
Right.
So we can only imagine with people who thought that way, what the Sussexes went through.
Right. And they still think that way.
Exactly.
And that's the way the colonizers thought, that white was right, everything else was wrong. I'm just going there.
Well, speaking of, let's talk about that combination of black and white.
Right. Yeah, and what that looks like. And one of the things we say with extreme thinking is that Meghan being on the black spectrum, on the other spectrum, and Kate being on one spectrum, that, to be quite frankly, I don't know what her genetic makeup is, but on the other spectrum, they're thinking that we cannot have this other existence. We
Correct.
only have to have the white existence. So sometimes when we talk about cosplaying, that's a positive thing. Sometimes it is a positive thing.
Yes,
trying to flatter somebody.
is a form of flattery. Yes.
But
imitation. I'm sorry.
Imitation.
Yeah.
But in other cases, in this case with the film, And the royal family
It's on another level.
It's diabolical.
Yes.
It's a way to erase Meghan. So later on, let's see somebody writes an article of a duchess in a white pantsuit. You're not going to automatically think about Meghan. You're going to think about Kate, because she has now copied what Meghan has done in a way to try to erase
Correct.
the fact that Meghan has done that. And you know, minus the fact that she, prior to Meghan showing up on the scene, all she wore was homemade, custom designed dresses.
Correct.
And shoes
With
that
so many buttons.
yes, and all the dresses were the same design, just different colors. All the coats were
They were
the
all
same.
grandma.
Yes,
coats.
same design, same colors,
Same button-up
shoes,
coats.
shoes, same colors. Now you see the variation because of Meghan bringing in this style. So this tells you that the change is not really a way to flatter someone. It's or to pay homage to them. It's a
Erasure of that person. Yep. So again, like you said, even down to others minute details like shoes. And maybe that's not even minute. Meghan always had shoes.
Right.
Homegirl was fly.
Right.
Still is to this day. And here we have in 2018.
When she had on this blue dress, and people thought this is when someone first suspected she might be pregnant because she has frills on the front, and she was, by the way. But then you see here in 2022, now someone has a budget and has added that shoes to her collection.
That girl Ben had a budget.
Yeah, but now
She didn't have the taste to do it. She's doing the erasure.
yeah, the erasure has set in. Okay.
Right. Because there's articles about
Yes.
homegirl not having a shoe wardrobe.
Right.
Or like she only wore the same pair of shoes.
Right.
Again, continues on.
Yes, even with the male, now you see the male mimicking his brother in a way to erase his brother. Now we've always seen Prince William stand. We've never seen him stand in
Voldemort.
okay, Baltimore. Okay, but I'm just on Voldemort stand in his portrait that he had at his 40th birthday, as if he has swag. Harry has swag.
Yes.
Harry knows how to stand.
Right.
So we give
That's
you an
Harry's
example.
natural stance.
Harry's natural stance.
Yes.
That's a man. That's a man with
And we've seen him stand like this
exactly,
multiple times.
exactly. Very sexy, very whatever.
Baltimore
And then-
stands with his hands in the front and
his leg
all
to the
upright,
side.
looking all crazy.
It was painted by an artist who just put a man. It could be any man's body. They put his head on it, just like the woman. It could be any woman's body. They put a head on it and a breast. I'm sorry. Moving on.
Woo! Okay, it, like we said, the
Yes.
different details, the different things.
And it's just so.
And
It's more so now.
Well, it's more so now, and it's more so that people are recognizing.
Right.
So she switched it up. So she's like, okay, let me stay with the dress, but it's got to be black and white.
Right.
But the shoes,
Even the shoes. The shoes might be, it may not be the identical shoes, but the tone, the different tones.
the same brand.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
the slingback versus the full shoe.
Was in the full shoe.
Yes.
So here's Meghan in her, when she was in Invictus, in the tan shoes with the little black.
Which she has worn multiple times.
Yes.
Other occasions.
Exactly.
Prior to even being in that family.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now this person is wearing the same
Exactly.
shoes. And I would mention that someone mentioned that the white dress she was wearing recently at the polo match had a big, it looked like an M. And someone wrote Meghan down in the middle of it. I thought it was awesome.
It does look like it though.
It does look like it. Yes. And it's all part of trying to mimic, trying to get that same erase, but also try to get the acclaim and
The clout that goes
clout that goes with it, and for people to say ooh and then so at the Ascot.
Well, technically, she actually tried to pull a Diana, Princess Diana. Princess Diana wore a polka dot dress.
Oh yeah, but I think what's happening here is Meghan again.
Oh,
Meghan
yeah.
was at
Ascot.
Polo.
I mean,
recently,
excuse me, not Ascot. Polo,
and she
yeah.
wore black polo bottoms, and then Meghan trended, and Meghan made Julia Roberts trend, and Julia Roberts was at home taking care of her kids, not even paying attention to nobody.
Exactly.
Made her trend. We even made
Audrey Hepburn.
trend because of the hat that Meghan wore, and we said, "Oh, pretty woman," right?
Yes.
Next thing you know, you see this woman wearing a polka dress at Ascot with this crazy laugh on her
Xerox
face.
could not handle it.
And all I could
She
think
wanted
of,
that same
acclaim, and
yes.
nobody compared her to Julie Roberts. She didn't trend for being in polka dot. So it's sort of like she's, that big smile on her face. I call it a Xanax smile. I'm not saying she's on Xanax. I'm just calling it Xanax smile because I have friends who take Xanax. And they should. But when it says, I wore polka dots, but no one called me pretty woman. Yeah. And Meghan is thinking, that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. You wear it, you don't expect boo-boo. Anything. No, boo. No.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
So
here's some of the characteristics or
that we talked about before. The narcissism
that comes along with black and white thinking. Why don't you cover that?
No, we that. It's the exaggerated, excessive interest in oneself.
Right.
And both of them have that.
Right. The anxiety and depression, because we know they go from highs and lows. We could see it in their faces. Mm-hmm. The big smile.
Or
the
incandescent rage.
I'm really depressed, Yeah. The borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
And we're just being what we should call royal clairvoyance by because we look at them and we define it as thing.
Yes.
This is a mental illness that causes people to experience intense feeling, this borderline, feelings of anger.
Yes.
And so whenever the paper says incandescent with rage,
think about that
happen.
Exactly.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. We haven't seen that at the extreme, but it's a sense of way that they can to control and to comfort themselves. So we haven't seen it, but yeah. So a lot of rigidity and a lot of doing things that they are very stiff. Yeah.
But the impact of all of that,
black and white thinking is. It can affect your mental health.
You mean these same two who have tortured and just all the evil that they've done towards our Duchess?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. All of them have done. And
I know. And then they have the nerve and say, I'm for parental mental health.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yes. I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
Where were you when Duchess reached out and said, "Hey,
exactly. Yes.
I need help."
Exactly.
Sick people.
And it also affects relationships because they don't approach relationships within a normal way. It's more extremes of the black and white thinking. Extreme yes, extreme no. And so that leads them, and a lot of times, to conclude that we have to categorize people as good or bad.
Right.
Kate good because she's white.
Meghan bad
because she's black.
Yes.
Or in that spectrum. Mm-hmm. Quitting a job or firing people is some of the things that they do. And we know that they start a lot of initiatives, but they never complete it because... I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you choke, but they never completed because they have no really a deep conviction about it. So they start it and then they move on, or they fire people, right?
Yes.
Or breaking up in a relationship.
Oh God. Yes.
And we know they're broken up. We know they don't live together. Yeah. I don't know. They broke up a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then avoiding resolution
of the issues.
Exactly.
So the resolution right now is just, we'll buy homes. You live in that home. I'll live in this home.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'll live near. Never mind.
So, continuing along those lines, we didn't want to go here because we had such a great summer with the Los Padres.
Yes, and
polo team.
Yes,
and we see Harry's a real man. We see the muscle, the sinew muscle. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, that's how you pronounce
muscle of his thighs and his bums and everything. Sorry, Meghan. But
yes, we were looking.
I'm an older woman. I can do this. You can.
Oh, is that your excuse?
That's my excuse. Right. And then we see this little person, the other brother on a horse trying to look masculine. The same brother who was too lazy to show up and practice on his Jubilee horse, so they had to drug the horse so the horse wouldn't throw him. So we see here he is trying to compete.
Did he drug this horse?
No.
Okay.
Well, he didn't drug the horse, but the horse, look at that horse.
Yeah.
Harry's horse is in the air.
Yes.
His
Flying.
horse is doing...
Do-do-do.
Yeah, exactly.
Look what I can do.
It's like,
Oh my God.
what's that thing the horses do on in the Olympics? It's when they dance.
Oh, that little, it's the type of trot. But
yes,
yes.
His horse is doing that.
Yes.
So, and it's sort of like Harry and Meghan had the polo, so now he has to bring back in the polo. And this happened, we had to change our podcast because they had a polo match and they decided to kiss.
That wasn't a kiss.
Yeah, whatever that was.
They decided to embrace it awkwardly.
Yes.
And touch cheeks.
Yes, so that meant that she's made a deal with the devil. I guess I thought she had moved out with the kids, but now I guess she's back and she is, they're going along with the facade. She looked just like Princess Diana had kissed Charles.
Well, because that's when she was like, I'm done with this motherfucker.
Yes.
And he tried to kiss her and she was like, get out my face.
But this one,
this is different. This
they
is
even
her
tried to
trying reach in.
embrace, and they were going in.
Yes, they tried
and it
to.
was slow.
Yes, it was,
and then the cheek, and then the scrunch up face, and then the hands spread across the arms. Not even holding the arms. Not even
I can't believe I have to
touch you. Exactly. And it's like totally different from Meghan covering up Prince Harry's face.
She's all up the hint. He's like, boo, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yes.
Take that hat off something. I'm going to dodge the hat.
Just in case you slip me some tongue, I got to cover this up. I know he didn't. I'm just saying that. I'm just mean. I'm just nasty.
Yes, you're being nasty. Yo, I gotta watch out for this D. I tell you.
So you can't erase. So it's still along the lines.
Yes.
We have to mimic. So you could show we were just as romantic. No,
Right.
you won't. You were never that way. We know this.
And like you said, the walking off, the hand gestures.
Yeah, it's natural with Harry and Meghan.
They always have a connection.
They always have a
the
connection.
way they sit, when they walk, when they
Right.
go places, there's some way that she, both of them,
Yeah.
Meghan or Harry, have a way to make sure they connect with each other.
Each other.
Like
right.
where they are in the room.
Yes.
There's some point
right.
of connection.
So after a while, you see a couple doing that, it's natural.
Correct.
The way he has his hands on the small of her back,
Right.
and she has her hand on his back.
Right.
This other couple, whatever.
So now we're transitioning into...
We wanted to look at the British line of succession because now we have Lily.
Well, and we love Lily.
We love
Can we
Lily.
just talk about how gorgeous that
It's
was?
so gorgeous.
Oh my God.
She is
Now,
so
mind
gorgeous.
you, I know Meghan, poor thing, honey. I know they didn't get your coloring. It's okay.
Yes.
They're going to tan. All right.
They'll
They'll be
the
fine.
tan.
Yes.
Yeah, no, maybe not. She's ready.
But
you
no
have-
curls. I told you she had
yes.
no curls. She
Megan,
looks so cute.
You did yourself proud.
Yes.
I know that your mom...
Mom is overjoyed.
Yes.
Miss Doria is overjoyed.
Overjoyed. She has a little
Cup runneth
boy
over.
and a little baby
She's got
girl.
both.
She
She
has
got the
both.
best of both.
She has the best of both.
Yes.
To play with and spoil for you and Harry.
Yes.
So in the British line of succession, they had Prince, and I just, get rid of all those other people and let's look at the real people that they found. So we look at Prince Charles, and on Prince Charles they had Princess Diana, who,
Well, they showed who they were married to and how it worked.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I kind of read it out Camilla's face
Yeah.
because I didn't want to, for some reason, I didn't want her in the same, even if she's alive and, she would one day be called I didn't want her in the same chart with Diana.
No.
It seemed disrespectful.
It is.
Especially with Princess
That witch has
Diana.
been up in their relationship the whole fucking time.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I erased her out.
Good.
Exactly. So you can put it back in, but I just
I ain't
wanted
putting it back in. No, because we talking about her children are the heirs.
Yes,
okay?
exactly.
Princess Diana.
children.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay.
So we just have Princess Diana. We have brother 1, brother 2.
Right.
Their wives and their children. So we want to ask you.
What do you notice about this chart? What's missing? Yep, I know you're thinking it. I know you're seeing it.
Yeah, look at the chart and tell us what's missing.
Do we even say it, or do we
No.
let them just... Okay. But keep that in your thoughts, because
Right.
that's part of that black and white thinking. So, the abuse continues.
Right.
And like we said, this chick had the nerve to talk about mental health while her sister-in-law was struggling.
Exactly.
While pregnant.
And she was torturing her.
Yes.
On purpose.
Every day.
Using her white tears as a weapon against people. Yes. And we know about those white tears, ladies. We know about them.
Yes.
And she doesn't need, she needs it because I was looking at, there's lots of studies on racism and how white women, weaponize that same thing. And we need to, they need to really go through a whole process of diversity training at the royal family. All the royal family and all their staff,
right? But
to see how they're weaponized.
So you're speaking of one of the researchers, Jane Elliott. She did a lot of studies around this very concept and thing. She actually went to the UK and did one of those experiments there, and the reaction there was so bad. I think she had to step back and take a break. Yeah, because
the racism was
exactly.
So yes.
People think, oh no, we're not racist. Just because you don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not there.
And we haven't seen it for a while.
So where do you think we got it from? Where do you think America got it from?
Exactly.
Right? We're sisters.
Exactly. We're sisters.
But back to the reasoning.
Yeah, we pointed out all the people who were involved in abuse. Their entire staff, which are all white.
Yes. And you expect her to come into this and think she's the bully?
Right.
Oh, hell no.
Or these people would treat her with respect. Because of their whiteness, they already feel that they are above her. So
to have someone come
to have to bow to her.
Correct.
To have to do all these different, to them, it's like, oh no.
Right.
It's to them coming
How
to
dare I have to do this?
Yes. They're coming to realization that they are not the top tier. So
it's the pyramid, like Royal Sussex or Royal Suitor talked about that pyramid. Yep.
Right. So these are the abusers, and we know they're the abusers, and
the bullies. Those are the real bullies in that room right there.
Right.
And they continue to this day to use the Sussexes for cover.
Right.
And they think we're stupid, but we're not. And it's sad when the news is now picking up.
Exactly.
Every time.
But some of the American media is still pushing that narrative only because they have their foreign counterparts. And I'm going to have to start. I kind of backed off on calling them out. I'm going to have to start calling them out again. A little bit more.
Yes.
And violently. So part of the bullying.
Violently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So part of the bullying was, they switched it around on Meghan. It's like, we're going to bully you, but we're going to claim you bullied us.
Exactly. Always projection, people.
Right.
Projection.
And one of the things that happened is just prior to the Oprah interview coming out, Knopf, which was, I'm sorry, it's Jason Knopf, went out and filed his bullying claim against Meghan Markle with HR, against the Duchess of Sussex with HR. Yeah. And a way to defend against the Oprah interview. They didn't know what was coming out. So we know they did bad things. So they didn't know what Harry and Meghan was going to say.
So they're trying to they thought they were going to be on the offense doing this.
So they...
or defense, one of them.
Right. So the Royal Communications came out, and the Royal Communications were official back then. Correct. This came out in March of 2021.
Right.
When they said that they were going to study this.
We are clearly concerned about the allegations in the Times following the claims of a former staff of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Right. The royal household has a dignity at work policy in place.
Have y'all
for
read
a
that?
number of years.
Have y'all seen that policy?
Well, they're white, so we don't say. And does not and will not tolerate bullying or harassment in the workplace.
So right there saying
Meghan is the bully.
Correct.
So recently it came out that yes, we're finished with our study. It took a whole year where they utilized that narrative, that false narrative, it's black and white, the good and bad, to beat down on Meghan.
Yep.
And now they said,
Meghan said, oh no, Bill.
Yeah. We want to know. Yes.
Checkmate. Where's your proof? Let me see the report.
Yes, we want to probe, and we want to know who are the people
let's see this report.
Bullying against them.
Out.
Well, what
can we do to help and address these issues and concerns?
Exactly.
Because we also, too, have the dignity of work policy.
Right.
She didn't say all that, but I'm just,
But what happened is the two people that Jason said she bullied once they found out their names were there, they went to HR and said, pull that. No, we don't want to be involved in this.
Exactly, because they knew that was a stunt.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So
they're like, you're not going to sully my name and drag me into
Yeah. Her calling me at 4 a.m. If you want to say that's bullying, that's not. You didn't file it back then. You're not going to wait a year after and say, oh, she bullied my staff. No.
Right.
So Meghan said, we want to know what the specifics of it, and well, nothing came of it. That they never told Meghan what the specifics were.
Well, why is that?
So
because they tried to bury it. They buried the story.
Right. But what they said is that, you know what? We're not gonna share the claim. It's gonna be kept a secret.
Okay, hold on. So you said that I bullied the staff, and you did this report.
Right. The study.
The study, and you're not gonna come out with a conclusion and tell everybody, whether or not, what So there could be some action, corrective action.
And that's why Dr. Scholar's Moss said, clearly that means that the
claims against Meghan are false because the royal family would not do anything to protect her. Sorry, nothing to protect her. The bullying inquiry most likely incriminates the royal family, which is why it's being buried.
Exactly. And so in our summary, we said bullying claims filed by Jason North before Oprah interview.
Yep.
And he was a Prince William employee.
Yep.
2 employees asked to be dropped from the claim.
Yep.
The palace would not release the report. And because it implicates them, not Meghan.
Correct.
And they can never use this to bash the Duchess of Sussex because they had their chance. This was their chance to come out. So for them in the future next year, remember she bullied staff. No. Because you had your result, and unless you show us the results, she ain't bully nobody. So they can't beat her over the head with this ever again. I don't care how many people on line saying, oh, they could always bring this up. No, they can't.
But here's the crazy part. This is what's even makes it worse and more implicates them. They check everybody out.
Right.
They ran background beyond background check on Meghan.
Right.
Tried to dig up dirt on her.
Right.
Sent private investigators and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Right.
And she worked in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Nothing. But good feedback. Great to work with. All the positive that we know and love about her, and they couldn't take it.
But you know who benefited from this?
Katia?
Prince Charles.
Oh, Chucky.
There was
Chucky.
There was a report. We didn't put it in here. It was a video I was watching. The interview one of the royal experts said, and in a very shifty language, basically saying that Prince Charles said that he met with Meghan and Harry and their children, and he met a little bit, and he.
Oh, you mean that bullshit article?
No,
the bullshit
interview.
Interview. Yeah.
And he saw Archie for the first time because he hadn't seen Archie for a while, and he said, really, the report is not going to be the. So he went on all these things about Prince Charles and his grandchildren.
He said the report is not about the bullying. It was more about the
No, he said it wasn't about
Meghan.
Yes, he said it was a staff structure. It really had nothing to do with Meghan. So that's why, it's not going to be
released.
This is more about internal operations. And I am going to pull that out every time they try to bash that on Meghan's head. It was not about Meghan. But then Prince Charles got the his spokesperson, whoever the spokesperson was, got the upper hand that says, so clearly this must have something to do with Prince William. Who hasn't reconciled with his brother
because of space.
because we don't know this happened, but they claiming and Prince Harry's not going to call his father out. This is minor crap. When he says, oh yeah, we met with Lily and I met Lily. But you know how we know? Next birthday or Christmas, let's see if there's a photo of him with Lily. And he says, Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday, Lily. And if it's the same picture they had of Lily,
you already know.
That the Sussex put
Just
out.
like they always use the picture of him where Archie is a baby.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the only picture they got.
We know ain't hang up pictures, none whatsoever. So that was the results of the bullying.
But yes. So then again, more things come out about this
The abuse.
No, well, the abuse. So it's the abuse, but they still continue to use her abusively to cover up their own dirty deeds.
Oh, absolutely. They
The money they're
distract and
spending.
deny.
Yes.
Yeah, this report came out and it said that it talked about all the money that the Cambridges spend flying back and forth on helicopter.
Yes.
They use that as a taxi.
Yes.
How much they're...
That's their Uber.
Yes.
That's Uber these kids to
They're
school.
4 mansions.
Yes.
Mansions.
Yes.
Remember how they
one
used
of
to
which
go
that
on
was
and on?
supposed to go to Harry.
To Harry, and I guess it was too good for Harry and Meghan,
Correct.
and that's the one that they ended up giving them the servants' quarters to fix up Frogmore Cottage. But the thing was, they itemized the spending
All the spend, yep.
from 2019 all the way to 2022, 21 and 22. And they showed that prior to Meghan, the Cambridges were getting around 4.5 million
Yes.
pounds. When Meghan showed up, it was 5.6 million pounds.
Because they were part of that same combo, like the two brothers were in that same budget.
5.6 million pounds, right?
Yeah.
But, and this is something that I think Prince Charles or somebody had reported, it's like that money, that 5.6 million, normally before William got
any of the
married,
wives,
it was
between the brothers.
It was divided evenly between the brothers.
Correct.
And then when the wives come, whoever get married first, it would be thirds.
Adjusted for the
Right.
yeah,
And now it would be like quarters,
Yeah.
right? Well, that didn't happen, you all, because it showed the next thing when Meghan and Harry left. The Cambridge's budget only went down by about $1 million, and then the following year $500,000, £500,000. So it showed that some of the money right after might be the tours and stuff that Meghan and Harry did.
Right.
But the budget and stuff, Meghan and Harry didn't have the budget for clothing.
Nope.
They didn't have the budget for transportation, security, all these different things that they did.
Correct.
She basically did on her own. So they abused that woman.
Yes.
They owe her a lot. All that stuff that she did, all those contributions she did.
Yes.
Her book, her the recipe.
the royal
book,
cookbook,
with
the tours,
the tours, the
SmartWorks, all of the different engagements, all the things that
Right.
made all of the
the
charities
fashion
profitable.
line, the fashion line,
Right.
all of
She made all of her not properties.
editor,
charities
profitable. The editor in Vogue magazine, all the different things that she brought to the royal family and lifted them,
brought them into the modern day.
right, and made them look good. They owe her for that.
Yes.
But yet they didn't pay her. They didn't compensate them. They had them
And she
like
had
beggars, like paupers. Compared
Yes.
to me and you, $500,000, it's like, oh God, I could spend a lifetime on that.
Exactly.
But compared, it's all relative.
Right.
Compared to the Cambridges, they were treated like crap.
Exactly.
I remember one time somebody was laughing, oh, Harry was going to a wedding and he had a hole in his shoe. No wonder. You weren't giving him the budget to get himself a new shoe.
Exactly.
You know, it's really awful
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you look at the way it's broken down. And it's amazing that the subjects are not complaining about that.
You would think they would.
You think they would, right?
But as much as they talk about how much their home is worth in California,
Right.
and all of her clothing, bitch, you didn't pay for it, so why are you worried about it?
Exactly. And you said, so they think they could, like, oh, he's still supporting them. No, he's not.
No.
Charles is not
cut 'em
supporting
off.
them. He cut them off. And when they were there, he was not supporting them.
No,
The way he
left
should
them
have.
for the wolves,
Exactly.
high and dry.
Exactly. And so they're still covering for using them as scapegoats to hide 102 million
Spending spree. How many homes did the Cambridge just
Right.
get last
But,
year?
yeah.
They got 2 homes last year.
at over a period
they
of
don't
what?
need.
200. At the end of 2019 was horrible because
Right.
we were going into COVID.
Yep.
2000.
No, end of 2019. Okay, one
Yeah.
thing. But 2020. What the fuck are you spending all that money on?
People were locked down.
Exactly.
COVID.
Exactly.
And
then
then
2021.
2021, we
Still
still
around.
hadn't gotten over it
No.
because was the vaccine hadn't even quite come out.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then people refusing to take it. Come on.
Now 2022.
Yes.
And £42,000 for the royal train just because, and this was during COVID, just
During
because
COVID.
Harry and Meghan not having Meghan. Meghan went on the royal train with the Queen. Oh, we have to ride on the royal train. You know, the Erasure.
Yes.
You know, we have to. Anything you can do, I can do better, kind of shit. Look what I can do.
Sorry.
So yeah, we're kind of pissed about this. You know, it's like, look at how they treated
I'm
us.
sorry. If I were a British subject, I would be pissed too.
Right.
To know that my tax dollars are going where?
Right.
To this foolishness?
Exactly. And then all the money they paid, facts and 2 cents, I listened to them, but all the money they paid for Andrew.
We only want and talk about how quickly they hush that down.
Exactly.
Give them a number so they think it's that number.
Right.
Tell them 12 million. 12 million.
It was more than that.
Oh God, it was a lot.
And that's not.
It was so much that
that's not even the lawyers.
No, it was so much that Chucky had to go take a damn cash payment from the Saudis to pay for that shit back.
Yes,
and
to hide that. Yes. Exactly.
And they said, they gave him a case full of cash. No, it was gold bars. It was gold bars.
Was it Chucky or the next or the future?
Future is not that smart.
But he went to.
He went and he tried to get a case, but he didn't get one.
He didn't have an attaché or nothing coming back. You sure?
He doesn't know
purse,
man purse. No man purse, no merce, no nothing.
But yeah, it's like
he didn't even get waves. They had to cue the wave.
Right. They have to document how much it costs for that man.
Yes.
And that's why they said he was doing something with Charles. It's like, no, we don't even want him doing that. And I'm in a different country. I don't want to see his face.
Correct.
Yeah.
But let's take it back. Let's take it where the love.
Happy.
Yes. Our real Sussex family. And it involves the beautiful couple, Nacho Figueras and his wife. She is so beautiful too.
Yes.
Okay.
And this summer we got to see the relationship up close and in person.
Yes.
You know, when the Los Padres didn't win their final game and Meghan is
they were there rooting them on.
Yes.
And they went and comforted Nacho.
And she's there hanging out with
Delfina. Yes.
Right. And here
and
they
then
are.
Delfina wrote the sweetest Instagram tweet or a post.
Yeah.
And it was just so sweet about just their relationship. And she was like, I'm so looking forward to more hanging out with you.
Right.
More.
And both of them with the same kind of shorts.
I
know. and you see Meghan. Look at the picture that Meghan took.
Yes.
Just an instant, she saw the family come together, and with her phone, she took this picture that should win an award, where you have the other person taking pictures with a fancy camera of her family, and everybody's calling her a photographer. I'm sorry, I'm not calling her a photographer.
What about pianist?
She's
not a pianist?
No, it's like our uncle who we have a person in the family who is
always taking photos.
No. She's what do you call it? People who give pills at a pharmacy. She's a pharmacist, but she has a PhD and want everybody to call her a doctor. He's like, I ain't calling her no damn doctor.
Yes, that uncle kept saying, we ain't calling her no doctor.
We're trying to tell her, you have to. When they earn that, it's sort of like you have a doctorate in psychology.
Correct.
You call this person a doctor, or a doctor in mathematics. You call him a doctor.
Right.
We understand they ain't saving lives, but no, not for him. if you ain't saving life, you're not a doctor. That's why I'm on the same line. She's not a photographer, but Meghan is.
Yes.
I would have phoned.
And
look what she does with the iPhone.
I know, but look how beautiful, and she captured the moment.
Yes.
And then I don't, you guys, if you get a chance, look up Nacho and his wife, and they are on the cover of a couple magazines, one of which they are literally standing on horses looking like gods.
Yes. Well, she was a model.
I know.
Yeah, and he was a model too.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember because he's Ralph Lauren, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, anyway.
And then I found out.
And I found out I actually had a picture hanging in my room back in the day.
Nacho. We were looking at some pictures. She's like, I know this guy. He seems familiar. This was like a year or two ago.
Yes.
And now I know. And found out, oh my God, and call me.
He was the one hanging in my picture.
To look at her dream board. It was not just a
Yes, honey. Because that's so fine. And we know, and his wife is beautiful.
So,
oh my God.
Yes, yeah.
And the two of them, and then just their love, and you can see it in the photos, just jumping out at you.
Is that why you were buying all that polo stuff? What? Everything
Yes,
you had was
and you
polo.
should. Okay, let me stop promoting. I do not work for Ralph Lauren or any of the affiliates.
Exactly. But she was all into. I was like,
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, so it's the family is not the family you're born with. Your family is
the family
you make in life.
Yes.
You know, because not the family you're born with. Some of them will kill you. So
literally tried to kill you. Harry knows this.
exactly.
But he knows who his true
brother is.
Yes.
It's like, oh, look at the Spartus brothers, them fighting over the trophy. This is back in 2019.
Yes, and then this is them
always on their horses. They're always hugging each other,
Yeah.
and those are like real pals.
Yes.
Yeah, you never seen that with the other brother.
No, which is a shame.
It's a shame, but we don't mind.
Nope.
It's okay.
And on that note, did y'all know Ghislaine got 20?
Yes, she got 20 years, and they try to distract us.
Again, with other stories.
They were showing a
Sussex.
picture of Meghan going to visit Oprah.
Yeah.
5 minutes away. They took, I'm sure they
I
have
can't
lots
go
of
visit
pictures.
my neighbor? Really?
Yeah.
And she just happens to be Oprah? Yeah,
Yeah.
go see her. Why can't
So
I
we'd
go
be
see
all
her?
talking about that. No. We were focused on what was
They
going
were
on.
covering up for Andrew again. They had to run cover. And I agree. So, yeah, she gets 20. Yeah, she deserved it. My question is, why is the list being kept quiet? The black book of all the names.
The Johns.
Why are they the ones that pay? Because they're the ones that did the damage.
Right. Not one single person who paid to rape children on Epstein's island has been arrested.
Correct. So, and then I found this article. It said Epstein had 301 Britons in his little black book, including Mick Jagger, Tony Blair, and Richard Branson, and the files revealed. Now, mind you, we don't know the purpose or what,
Right.
Whatever.
Because he used people to get money to raise for his
Correct.
charities and different things.
So there's a whole plethora. But do you notice the one photo that's in that article, but nobody said is the name?
Prince.
Nonce. So hopefully we start getting names because they can't keep that crap quiet. And I don't care who it is. It should be. They should all be outed.
Isn't he still? He's still on? I guess after this is not the end. There's some other people who might be speaking up.
Yes. So there's some other women that are coming forward who also have evidence, who also are going to
go after the royal family again.
Yes.
Okay.
But can we talk about the positivity though?
Yes.
In light, we're in some darkness here. We're damn near going back to the dark ages here in the United States with the recent changes based on our should we say, corrupt Supreme. A certain facet of the Supreme Court is not right in the head.
Yeah,
they're turning us back.
for the our previous president.
They're for the previous president, and they're also
Sort of
for
like your president Boris.
Britain Trump.
Britain Trump. Yeah.
That's what
We don't like to say his name.
No, people said British Trump. No. He said Britain Trump.
Oh yeah.
That's how idiotic. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's why any of our fans out there, if you know of a safe place that these two pretty D's can come live, let us know. We try to find a way to get there.
Oh, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
Because the way
all might have to be crossing into Canada.
Something.
And even if we have to be living illegally.
Barbados. That's where my vote is. Okay.
We could go back to Trinidad. We could go back
Something.
go to Antigua, but we have to go somewhere.
Because this ain't right. But I am so glad in the wake of the decision of overturning a precedent that's been in for the last 50 years here in the United States called Roe v. Wade with regards to abortion rights. Meghan, of course, a passionate and defender for women's rights since her birth. She has always been about supporting women's rights. And she teamed up with Gloria Steinem again in order to do something about this.
Okay.
And she's always about action.
Right. So what are they going to do?
And service is universal. I think they're proposing on how they can get it ratified, or excuse me, codified into law.
Right.
So you can't even attempt to try to change it or overturn anything.
Right. So you think they're gonna be talking to Congress, testifying and so front of
Talking
Congress?
to Congress? They probably already have. Remember when she talked to the senator from New York?
Right.
I can't really stand that chick, but she still made an attempt to get into the hearts and minds of the Congress,
Right.
to say, hey,
Right.
you need to pass equal pay.
Right. And when they try to use it, say, oh yeah, come talk to us, so they could have pictures with her, so they could use it in their election campaigns.
Nah.
And Meghan's like, nah,
Bitch.
pass on that.
Yep.
You pass it first, then I come.
Yep, exactly.
So hopefully, something can be done here, because they almost had a 10-year-old girl.
They do have a 10-year-old girl.
They got her out of Ohio.
Good.
They got her.
It was in the state of
Indiana.
Ohio. She was raped and became pregnant, and literally the day that they changed the law,
she would have been arrested, and it would have been illegal. So
Right.
yeah,
and they were going to force her to carry it.
yes, yeah. You might have not trauma upon trauma, and you could die. A 10-year-old body's not ready to carry a child. But anyway,
Yes, but
so
we're
Meghan is
happy
going to
Meghan.
be working on that.
Meghan is forever working. I don't think this woman ever takes a break.
No.
Or if she does it strategically, but I need to figure out her time schedule so we can get on the same page. So I could be ready to go. No,
Right.
I'm kidding. But yes, no, Meghan out there, service is universal.
Right.
So, with that being said,
Yeah, we're asking our subscribers and people who listen to us to please continue to support our channel, and just to let you know that the work that we do is not easy. We did a podcast on this, didn't we?
we did, but I think it was only for our
Subscribers.
Correct.
Yes. Basically explaining to them, or people who are joined.
Yes,
Yes, who are
yes.
joined our channel.
Yeah.
You know how we go about brainstorming the content for our podcast, researching what we're going to put in, what we're going to leave out, what the theme is going to be.
confirming the accuracy
Of some of the stuff we
Yeah.
put out there, and
making sure that we can continue to publish good quality content.
right to the community. So we're just asking people to donate.
Any amount is welcome. No pressure.
Yeah, and to join our podcast, because we want to really start having products that we could have online.
Yes.
And different things. So we have all these different ideas, but we need, I guess, a certain amount of people to really make
Make it happen.
make it worthwhile.
Yes.
So,
So
anyway,
we appreciate you guys, and thank you.
thanks for listening.
So remember, join and subscribe. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're so stupid.
No. Anyway, thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.